Shalom. And I want to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachachodash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders, a great millstone. And salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forth this word with truth and sincerity. And if you Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. And the elect will maintain their integrity. Okay, let's get the definition real quick and the etymology. This is the noun integrity. It goes into innocency, blamelessness, chastity, purity. So we're gonna remain innocent and blameless, in the sight of the world and towards Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, that's one of our characteristics. We know Abiratazah once again will be of the elect. We're men of integrity. Okay, blameless. Because, our role model, Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, he had a blameless walk. Right? That's why scriptures command us, to abstain from all appearances of evil. Because when the time comes where Esau has to bring in this campaign of demonizing the men of the Lord, he has to fabricate the false accusations that he's going to bring against us. Because we live a simple lifestyle. We don't, give Esau any fuel to say, oh, he's this, he does that, yo, you know. Yeah, I'm saying, like scripture say, if it possible, live peaceably with all men, and that's what we do. Our conduct, how we walk, we're blameless, we're innocent. Okay, we make sure we maintain our purity, our chastity. All right, actions and also words. Okay, it says from Old French intégrité and directly from Latin integritatem. It says soundness, wholeness, completeness. Okay, figuratively purity, correctness, blamelessness. And indeed, that's the elect, man. Okay, we will remain whole. All right. And another example we also use to compare the elect unto is Job. Right? Because when Job told when the Heavenly Father told Satan about Job, this is what he said to him. Let's get it real quick. He said he was a man of integrity. So this is Job 2 in verse, we'll start at verse 1, but the point is really at verse 3. It says, again, there was a day when the sons of God came and present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the sons of God are the angels, right? Because the angels do the bidding of the Heavenly Father. Currently right now, there's angels all around us, recording things, and bringing certain matters back to the ears of the Heavenly Father. Okay, like it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the good and the evil, right? And, to further the point, Satan is also one of the sons of God on the left-hand side. Okay, that's another thing that, the world has misplaced, is the fact that Satan, rebelled against the Heavenly Father, and now, the Lord cast him down to the earth. He's in the bottom of the earth and rebelling. No. Okay, if anything, Satan is in order. Because here we're reading it. He came and presented himself, reporting back. All right. It goes on and says, verse 2, and the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and walking up and down in it. Basically doing his job. Walking to and fro and going and tempting people for people to do certain things that the Heavenly Father wants. Okay. Trying people, tempting people. That's his job. He's the tempter, is he not? Okay, so he's fulfilling his duty. And that's righteous in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, saying doing these things. Okay, because that's his lot. All right, it says verse 3, this is the point. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect man and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil, and still he holds fast his integrity. You see that? That word integrity comes back. Although thou movest me against them to destroy him without cause. So Job was he's a he was a man of integrity. Okay, a blameless man. Okay, because what's it called? Job, as you read the story of Job, he was tried by the Lord, sent Satan upon him. Certain things got taken away, but still he maintained his integrity. Even his wife came up against him saying, are you still gonna hold your integrity? Let us get that. Yeah, and he did maintain his integrity, man. All right. Yeah, this is Job 2 and verse 9, right? This is after, all the he lost his children, he got boils on his skin, cattle, everything. And then this is what his woman said unto him. Then said his wife unto him, will thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. You know what I'm saying? And Job told her what? But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. You see that? He didn't sin with his lips. He maintained that soundness, that wholeness, that completeness, man. That purity. He didn't curse the Most High. Nor in his actions, nor in his words. Even though his woman came up against him saying, oh, you're going to maintain your integrity? Huh? You should curse the Most High and die. You stupid nigga. Right? She was cursing him out. But Job, yeah, he kept his integrity. And that's how the elect is going to behave in the times to come when, the whole world is going to be against us. Okay? We're going to maintain our integrity, man. Okay? Because when you go in the book of Revelation, chapter 14, it says like we were virgins and we didn't have any gall in our mouth, man. This is Revelation 14 and verse verse 1. It says, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000. The 144,000 is the governing body of the world to come. Okay, 144,000 men of the 12 tribes of Israel, and that lamb is Yahweh Shai. It says, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, that day is the 144, or the elect, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that song is this truth. Okay, because scriptures do refer to this truth as a song. It is indeed a very lovely song. Right? And only the elect will know the tune, the lyrics to that song and sing it perfectly. Okay? As for the rest, they will not understand this song. It was going to be gibberish unto them. To continue on, verse 4. It says, these are they which were not defiled with women. In other words, other women, referring to other philosophies or teachings, right? Because different forms of teachings in the scriptures are referred to as women, strange woman. You can read about that in the book of Proverbs, right? So we're not going to be defiled with any of these other philosophies, such as Muslim, Christianity, you know what I'm saying? Whatever mindset that you could think of, the elect will not be defiled with that, man. Once we come into the truth, that's it. We're fully persuaded that this is it. Anything else is garbage juice. It says, for they are virgins, right? And you could tie in virgins with keeping your integrity, because a virgin is what is whole. A virgin is not tainted until, they're penetrated by a man. Okay, it says these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, and that's a fact, because even Yahweh Shai said it, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me, right? And then in these last days, the Lord's sheep, the sheep that the Heavenly Father has given unto the Lord, will hear his voice via his prophets. It says, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb. And indeed, the elect are the first fruits. Okay? They were with Yahweh Shai from the beginning. So this is the point here, verse 5. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh. See, no guile is going to be in the mouth of the elect. They're going to be innocent, blameless. Okay? Like we read in the definition of integrity. Okay, without fault, man. So, an elect member is going to have the proper conduct, man. All right, in all aspects. Okay, even, when all our odds are stacked up against us, especially in the times we're coming in where Esau is going to come down having great wrath and try to make war with the remnant of the seed. We're going to maintain our integrity and rather fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, knowing that, hey, he's the true power and we only fear him and serve him. What shall I fear what men could do unto me? Let's get this. Fear him. This is Matthew 10 and verse 28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. That's who we fear. We fear our Heavenly Father because we know, hey, he's the what's that? Al-Ashadia, demon-like power. The power of terrors. Yeah, the Lord really knows how to terrorize a person, man, by their worst fears. So even when Esau is gonna rage and crash out, we're gonna fear him because we know that he's merely the sword of the Lord. And if we're serving the Lord that's manipulating the sword, what I'm saying, he's going to be with us to preserve us from this devil, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and even at that time, it's going to be found out who are not those of the Lord. Because, when that pressure is really intensified, some of our people that's in this, they're going to fold, man, like a lawn chair and take the C-hip. All right, and fold because, there's no food, man. What am I going to do? Oh, my God. They're going to try to save their life. Then what? They ain't going to be, that integrity that they once had is going to be out the window. Okay? They're going to curse the Most High. All these things will happen, man. That's why at that time, really, the men of the Lord are going to be known. Oh, what's that? 2nd Ezra 16 says, then shall be known who are my chosen. Yeah, that's when it's going to be known, man. Those that maintain fast, that hold fast their integrity. This is to the point, 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 73. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. See, and that time, that's when it's going to be known who the Lord is truly dealing with, man. Okay, those that have character, those that have integrity, those that are men of their word, that are actually following the teachings and what is said in the scriptures. Following Yahushai's example and the prophets, right? Because trust me, that fire will be intensified. You know what I'm saying? We will be tried as gold in the fire. Some men are going to be found out to be gold and precious stone and other precious metals. Some others is going to be what's that that thing that lights up quick and fire? Stubble. Some will be stubble, man. Every man's work shall be tried in that day to see what it is made of. You see? Because, we haven't resisted unto blood as of yet, man. So right now, yeah, we're men of integrity, yeah, this, that. But when it really comes to it, are you going to maintain your integrity? Because when Satan came upon Job, man, hey, he held fast, bro. He didn't fold. You know what I'm saying? So the elect will not fold, man. And that's the point. And then we hope, we're part of that number, man. All right. But anyways, man, I'm going to close it off there. All right. Begging all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodash.